Ladies and gentlemen, apparently Steph Curry is overrated. Let's see if the argument's new though.
As the smoke clears and the dust has settled on the 2022 NBA playoffs, the basketball world, many in the mass media, and morons on Twitter have taken aim at another ludicrous conversation.
Morons.
As if the never-ending barrage of LeBron GOAT stories and conversations wasn't bad enough, we now have the Steph Curry crowd arming themselves with pitchforks to assault your sensibility and intelligence. Curry recently winning his fourth NBA championship, for many, has cemented him as a top 10 all-time player. While I can appreciate his resume and list of accomplishments, that math quite simply isn't adding up. The NBA is a sport where winning isn't the main thing, it is the only thing. Yet, in the case of Steph Curry, we really have to wonder how great he is from an individual standpoint.
Curry's not a winner. What are we doing?
That's what he said, yo, the only thing that matters in the NBA is winning. And when it comes to Curry, we really need to dissect him from an individual standpoint. What? All right, let me just run that back just to make sure I heard that right, because this is insane.
It is a sport where winning isn't the main thing, it is the only thing. Yet, in the case of Steph Curry, we really have to wonder how great he is from an individual standpoint. Prior to Steve Kerr's arrival, Steph Curry played 5 NBA seasons. Many would try to imply or outright tell you that he was injured often during those seasons, a narrative which doesn't really hold up when you explore the facts. He played a minimum of 74 games in 4 of those 5 seasons for a total of 336 games across those 5 years. That is no small sample size. During that time, Steph Curry averaged 20 points per game, 6.7 assists, and 4.1 rebounds. He made 1 All-Star appearance and was named All-NBA second team 1 time. The Warriors had a collective record during that span of time of 183 and 211, and won a total of 1 playoff series. Then at the age of 26, enters Steve Kerr, who created a perfect system around Steph Curry and amassed the perfect complement of players. In the 8 years that would ensue, Curry has averaged 27 points per game, 6.4 assists, and 5 rebounds, while the Warriors have played in 6 NBA Finals, winning 4. It's important to emphasize that Steph Curry was not a 17-year-old kid when he entered the league, who was still learning and ascending, like others we've seen come directly.
No! This is what this video is gonna do.
Yes, bro.
This is really a... No way. I was like, okay, he's talking about young Curry, check. We talking about pre-Steve Kerr, check. Talking about past injury. No the fuck way we're not arguing. Oh, before Curry hit his prime, I don't think bro was all that. I'm just saying Kobe when he was 22. He about to compare ages. This is what he about to do. A 22-year-old Kobe to a 22-year-old Curry, really? This is what he about to do? Oh, God, bro. Oh, God.
That shit is so dumb. I hate these arguments, too, because it doesn't allow players to develop at all. Like, if you're not great out the gate, you just have no chance of being like a top 10, top 20 player of all time. I actually made this comment about Giannis 3 years ago on a video on this channel, the truth about Giannis GOAT case, essentially. And essentially what I said in that video is because of how high the standards are for what a GOAT is, motherfuckers are gonna nitpick so bad that they're gonna talk about Giannis's 4 first years in the league and talk about how he wasn't doing shit. And then compare that to MJ, who averaged 28 out the gate, Braun, who averaged 27 by year 2. Because that's how stupid these motherfuckers are. They just don't give NBA players any room to grow, and then now it's our problem for holding them to high standards. It's a whole thing. But this argument right here is so fucking dumb. So dumb. Because you're telling me essentially a player's all-time case just ends after year 3? Like if you ain't showing great stats by year 3, you're nothing. Like it's just done with you. Even though you were an all-star caliber player, you were an all-NBA caliber player, and one of the best young players in the league unanimously. But because of this dude's standards, of what a great player is, now that's just gonna stop Steph Curry and Giannis and all these people from reaching all-time great statuses. That shit is dumb. That shit is dumb.
Hey, man, I wanted you to end it off right there, but it just hit me. I want to ask the chat comment section this, just put it in retrospect, right? So if LeBron James, his first 10 years, straight up loser, no finals appearances, no game 6 gers, no even tragic Bronson in the final, none of that shit. He's just a straight up 9th seed, the 15th seed, 20, 30 point per game scorer that doesn't do shit. And then from 30 to now, he literally wins for the rest of his career. Just like 10-0 type shit. Do you feel people would still be like, he can't be the GOAT for that first decade? Because I honestly might consider it at this point. If motherfuckers like, this is this, and maybe we ain't finished the video, so maybe we got his message wrong so far. But if motherfuckers like these truly exist, where you got to come out the gate and be him, or it's no case at all, if guys like Kyle Lowry's prime are basically irrelevant, and I know Kyle Lowry ain't near this conversation, but you know what I mean when I say his name, do you feel like that's the case? Or would people at some point be like, all right, bro, I understand he didn't hit the ground running, but dude, what he did in his prime is unbelievable.
I'm gonna be honest, I think rational people wouldn't care. Like me and you, we wouldn't care. We would understand that, yo, this 10-year stretch that he had is gonna make up for whatever the fuck he did because of how great it was. But what I will say when it comes to the GOAT conversation, and this is a thing that's so hard to argue about Jordan, call it dick suck, whatever you want. If you dissect his career, it is like the closest thing to a perfect career. Like with no mistakes. Really, the only thing you can call out is his lack of 3-point shooting and the fact that he's not a 7-foot big that can protect the rim like Patrick Ewing. Like aside from that, he has done everything and anything you would want from a player, a 6'6" guard, both from a superstar, face of the league perspective to a talent perspective to a winning perspective, statistics, all of that. Like his career is so fucking perfect that there will be that room for people to have those discussions. So I will say those, like a video like this would exist in that hypothetical stage, but the rational people, they'd look past that.
Curry entered the league as a 21-year-old with 3 years of college experience under his belt, and until his age 26 season, he was a 20-point-per-game career scorer with 1 All-NBA team selection and 1 total playoff series win. This seems like a compelling amount of evidence to the contrary that Curry was a dominant player.
You don't see Bron in these clips,
some may point to those 2 league MVPs as a major feather in his cap of the top 10 conversation. But let's really drill into the first league MVP he got. The year was 2014-2015. Steph Curry averaged 23.8 points per game, 7.7 assists, and 4.3 rebounds. For context, here are 5 seasons produced by Kobe Bryant in which he did not win the league MVP.
Hello? Hey? Hell no! What in the? Oh God! I don't watch him. I don't watch him all the time, but I see the tweets. What in the nig right type timing is this, bro? No, we're not doing it. Show the rest, my boy. Show the rest. You clickbaiting. Ooh, you motherfucker. Show the rest.
It just didn't make sense, to be honest with you. Like, what does showing Kobe's seasons have anything to do with Curry's season? Yeah. These are Curry stats for his MVP season. In comparison, this is what Kobe did when he didn't. Okay, fuck the MVP. I don't know if I'm the one not watching basketball, or maybe he's just, you know what I'm saying, like 3,000 IQ. But the MVP is given out on a year-by-year basis in comparison to the motherfuckers playing in the league at that point. I do not care what LeBron was doing in 2009 when it came to Jokic and Embiid and Giannis's fucking MVP race last season. What are we talking about? Bro? This is laughably bad. What the fuck?
I get it. Souls and Sage, Durag Boy and Asian cuz just get on y'all nerves. Look, man.
Rush Hour.
If we can't get this one, yeah, Rush Hour. Yeah. But if we can't get this one, if we can't agree just one time,
not win the league MVP. But since many want to harp on media bestowed awards or rankings, let's take a look at cumulative All-NBA team selections and all defensive selections.
Oh my God. He does know that's a media selected award, right? He does know that, right? Hey, since we want to harp on, you know what I'm saying, media selected awards, let's talk about other media selected awards. BFFR, bro. Be fucking for real. What are we doing? Stab that in the chat, bro. This is insane. This is insane.
No further questions, John. I don't think he cares. That's all I can say. I don't think he does this with other players. I'd want to point that out, but that's all I can say.
Steph Curry has been selected to 4 All-NBA first teams, 3 All-NBA second teams, and 1 All-NBA third team. He has 0 All-NBA defensive selections in his 13-year career, leaving him with a total of 8 cumulative All-League selections. To put that number in context, the player with the most total All-League selections in NBA history is Tim Duncan with 30, and Kobe Bryant is second on that list with 27. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with 26 total selections, LeBron James with 23, and Michael Jordan with 20 round out the top 5 players with the most total selections. For a guy about to turn 34, his total breadth of accomplishments simply does not warrant his inclusion on the top 10 all-time list without fantastical stories about him, quote, changing the game, or, quote, being the best little player ever. But accomplishments in terms of impact on a team winning championships, as well as individual dominance, are all that really matter at the end of the day in these conversations. And if you think Steph Curry is one of the 10 best ever in those categories, chances are you haven't been watching long enough or have a very short memory.
Name the 10. What? He did a lot of this. Raw. Let me add up team selections. By the way, I'm going to just look for a really good defender that made up like one All-NBA team and just be like, oh, well, there you go, Curry. You ain't better than him either. But no. Name the players. You ain't named nobody. You've implied some. Let's see who ain't implied. Bron, Kobe, Tim Duncan, I assume Bird based off the millions of Bird clips, and Michael Jordan. Well, give me the other 5. Go ahead. Tough guy. Shit. What's going on?
This shit is so dumb. Let's just bring up this scenario, chat. Within a 5-year stretch, you have player A, who made all-NBA team every single year, but it was third team, and made all-defensive team, but it was like second team, right? All in all, he had a cumulative of 10 all-NBA selections. Meanwhile, player B, in that same time span, had 5 all-NBA selections, and they were all first team. Chat, I don't know about y'all, and maybe this is just my bias, but I think the motherfucker that made All-NBA first team 5 straight years is generally better than player A. Sorry. So that kind of debunks that argument. You don't have to have all defensive teams to be a great player. You know what I'm saying? Like, even the media knows that. Everyone knows that. Everyone knows that. I'm pretty sure everyone in the chat has played basketball before with a motherfucker that was good on defense and mid on offense, and would rather take the motherfucker that was really, really good on defense or really, really good on offense. I don't know about you. And it's funny because he showed Bill Russell too. But it is what it is, man. This shit was pretty refreshing. Not gonna lie. It's fun to just dunk on really bad takes sometimes. And we'll catch you on the next one, man. Peace out.
Gary Payton better too by his logic. Peace.